Saram uncle, I think I'll just present the summary quickly and we can get started, uncle.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, uncle, we can hear you and we can see you, uncle.
Okay, go ahead.
Sairam. So, Om Shri Sairam. Last week we were looking at the almost towards the last part of Ayodhya Kandam, uncle. So, at this part we were looking at how Lords Rama and Sita they had to leave for the forest as Kaikeyi had asked for that to Dasharatha, and Sumantra tries to minister Sumantra tries to argue with them logically, saying that uh, it was not fair for Lord Rama to leave, since only people who had been sent banished from the kingdom and into the forest were only from the royalty. There were people who actually committed some kind of a sin or some like that. So in the past, this has not been a practice. But Lord Rama does not agree to that, and he says that this is something that we have in our family, so please don't get involved in all those kinds of things. And no one is actually really happy for Lord Rama to go to the forest, and everyone is trying to make him stay. But Lord Rama, like he is equanimous and he makes everyone understand that this is the way things have to be, and they start to leave. And even Sita Devi wants to come with him, and Lord Rama accepts to that. And then uncle, we went into the story of Shravana Kumara, where King Dasharatha, as we discussed, he was a Shabda Vedi, or he could
Yes, yes.
he knows how to kill animals, like hunt animals using just the sound using his ear. But in the mistake, he actually kills the boy, the young boy, 14-year-old boy, thinking that he's the deer. And later on, King Dashratha comes to know of that, and he conveys the same to his parents. Like he could have even said something else. Like he could have lied to their parents, saying that no, your son was killed by some animals like that. But Dashratha is being honest at this. So he does not get any further sin, but he is cursed for his sin, which is killing a boy, innocent human being. So the parents, the blind parents, they curse him, saying that he has to suffer the same way on the loss of his son. He will die at the loss of his son. And then so again, we looked at how Lord Rama was following Satya, the concept of Satya or the truth, which is here he follows his elders' orders explicitly without any kind of a doubt or with a hesitation. Then we looked at how Sumitra advises Lakshmana also to go along with Lord Rama to serve the Lord, and everyone is actually very emotional once Lord Rama left. Like even uh, Urmila is like she says that I will paint your every moment in the forest, and everyone is they share their own part of Lord Rama going to the forest, and they sacrifice something for Lord Rama. And then on the fifth day of Lord Rama leaving, King Dasharatha dies, and he is actually everyone is in the both in the shock of Lord Rama leaving as well as King Dasharatha dying. And then we went into how the part of Lord Rama where he goes to Bharadwaja Ashrama near Ganges, and Sita wears the jewels given by his sage Bharadwaja's wife. And then how sage Bharadwaja advises them to go to Chitrakuta, which is 20 miles away from there. And along the way, they go to even Valmiki's ashram. So then everyone we looked at how last rites are just how every person's the sons of people who have passed on, they have to become a sannyasi for 11 days, and only in the 11th day the soul actually goes to heaven. And then we are actually supposed to serve the food, keeping our fathers and the person who has passed on in our mind. But rather we nowadays we have the kind of a like we arrange for a feast and we give everyone the feast, and that is not the way it has to be done. And then we looked at how a lot, even King Bharata, I mean the Prince Bharata, he goes along with the convoy, Lakshmana is ready to attack Bharata because he thinks that Bharata is coming for war and something like that. And Lord Rama calms Lakshmana down. And then Lord Rama advises Bharata to make amends with Kaikeyi, who has actually committed a sin, and she is kind of she wants to take her own life, but uh, in every way, when Bharata meets Lord Rama actually consoles Kaikeyi in many ways. Like he asks Bharata to ask her forgiveness, and he Lord even Bharata, since he obeys Lord Rama implicitly, he goes and he asks for her forgiveness and he asks for any punishment, but Kaikeyi says no, no punishment, something like that, and later on, Lord Rama even he consoles Kaikeyi, and he says that. You should bless me when I come back to Ayodhya, meaning that she has to live for some more time. And then she changes her mind, and again they have the argument there then and there in the Chitrakuta, where Lord Rama is trying to convince to come back to the kingdom by Bharata, but Lord Rama does not say that. And Uncle, you mentioned you talked to Swami about how Bharata was not right when he took the padukas from Lord Rama, saying that he's trying to give more trouble to Lord Rama by taking away the padukas. Which Swami had mentioned that about the Madradesa and the King Satyavrata in the Matsya Avatara. So he's promised by the Lord that I will come back to your kingdom, and that's why he fulfilled his promise, and he walked barefoot on the land and he purified the land. And we talked about Srirangam, uncle, how Alvas came where Lord Rama was staying, and then they came and they performed discourses and they talked about the Lord. So that's how Srirangam came to be. And then I think at the end, the moral that we took from the last session was like how every house is Ramayana. Every house has a Ramayana going on, and every householder has to be Lord Rama, and everyone should follow in the footsteps of Lord Rama. And this is the true purpose of reading the Ramayana or learning about the Ramayana. So we stopped at this point, uncle, and you said there was some more points in Ayodhya Kanda to be completed.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
So, shall I proceed?
Yes, uncle. Yeah, Sairam.
See, the Ramayana was written for all human purposes, either a male or a female. We, as a human being, which is the highest among the creation, have to follow certain eternal truth and eternal laws. That is Satya and Dharma. So the story of Rama is based on these two, Satya and Dharma. Nobody should go against Satya, nobody should go against Dharma. That's how it is done. Now we are talking about the last time the Rama knew, but he has to follow Dharma, Satya, Dharma, having taken the body of a human being. So therefore he has to follow. Now what happened, I forgot certain things to be mentioned the last time. When Bharadwaja shows the way where to go to Chitrakuta, there he tells this mother Sita, on the way you will see a big tree called Shama. Then she says, oh Maharshi, there's no name for a tree, for a plant called Shama. Yes, it is unusual. When you go to that tree, all the leaves are always green. It does not fall down. Generally, during season, the leaves fall down and new leaves come. Here it is not so. Whether it is all 365 days, leaves are there. That's why it is known as Shama. Oh my God! You know more about it the moment you go there and touch that. So she forgot about it. When they are on their way to Chitrakuta, Rama saw explained to Sita, do you forget this Shama tree? Here is the tree you have to touch. Rama knew all those things, but he does not want to show that he knows everything. The moment she touches that tree, that disappears and becomes a celestial angel appeared, and on his head Sita's hand is there. That's her mother, great mother, please bless me. And she was taken aback. What is all these things? Then he explains, I was a Gandharva. Gandharva means I was a celestial angel. I came to go to meet Vishnu and you, Mahalakshmi. When I came there, I saw Mahalakshmi seated at the feet of at the lotus feet of the Vishnu and doing seva, which I did not like it. See, he is treating his woman, he is treating his wife as a servant. That's what I felt. So I was cursing Vishnu and also insulting you. You should not have accepted it. You should go and sit in the next to him like that. This is what I was feeling in my mind. And I told you also that you should go there. Don't do all this Padaseva. You are not a servant of Lord Vishnu. And you are a wife, consort of wife. Like that, I was arguing. Then when I was cursing Vishnu and cursing both of you, you bent down your head. You did not even lift up your head. You bent down, and your tears from your eyes fell at the feet of the Lord. Then Lord looks at me, and he cursed me. You are like a tree which does not use of anything. Just like that, you are like a stone and a tree. You go by, be there in the street. So he curses to be a tree. Then my God, I say, what is it? I have not done anything. Then because you cursed Sita also, a woman of that category will come and touch you, then you will get back your original form. Sita, like Sita means, what do you mean by like Sita? There are three, then he says, he wants us to explain, he asks, there are three kinds of Mahakanyas are there. They are known as Ayonijas. Ayonija means those who have no mother. One is Sita, other is Ahalya. Ahalya was created by space. Sita was created by earth, and Draupadi was created by Agni. These people are known as they're above. They are not human beings. They are not normal human beings like mother. Therefore known as Ayonija. One of the Ayonijas should come and touch you. That is your this. So Shama. Then why is Shama mean? Another meaning of Shama is the celestial body is also known as Shama. Celestial body means, for example, our body we call it Deha, and Swami's body is called the celestial body. What is the difference between both? See, we wear during summer and winter, we wear according to season, we wear our dress. Winter we wear warm clothes, summer we wear cotton clothes. And whereas in the case of Shama, the nature adjusts according to needs of the body. That's why you must have seen Swami does not wear anything else other than the two robes, either in Shimla or in October, November, Shimla, or Kashmir, or April, May in Madras. No sweating. Have you not seen Swami sweating anywhere? He cools, but the body is always cool in summer, and body is always hot when you go to Shimla and all those things. For one example also, there was a big rain in Kodaikanal. We were there, and because the heavy rain, the power was off. No power. So next day morning, we are supposed to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning because Swami comes down from first floor by 6:05, and 6:15 we used to have our breakfast. Then 7:30 we 8 o'clock he gives darshan to the people. That's normal procedure in Kodaikanal. So we have to come back. We have to get up at 5 o'clock, have a bath, and then come. Where is the question having a bath? Too cold and there's no water. Water is there, of course, no hot water. Then what to do? We are not accustomed for this cold water. Immediately, somehow or other, we washed our feet, washed our face with some soap, with water only. We could not take bath. We were afraid to take bath because of the cold water at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we came back. And so we had our breakfast. And you have seen Swami's curly hair. You were just pulling down one by one like this. I asked him, what is this, Swami? You do not have that, what do you call that, blower? Generally, when you take a cold water bath, head bath, the water is there. So blower means, hot air goes down. Then air also comes, the air, it cools down. You did not use blower, Swami? I said, there's no blower was there, but no current. Oh my God, current. So you had sun bath? Yes, Swami. Yes, he said. Swami has bath at between. He gets up at 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5, he has his bath. So let us say he's had his bath at 4:30 in the morning. There is no power. There is no geyser. Only cold water. So you take cold water bath? Yes, cold water bath. Now what to do? How to? Swami, you feeling chill? No chill. Okay, then this is what he said. That is Shama. Shama means celestial body. Only for gods, Rama or Krishna or Swami, they are known as Shama Sundara. You must have heard Shama Sundara for Krishna. Means it does not mean it's Nila Mega Shama. That is not the meaning of Nila Mega Shama. Shama Sundara means among the celestial bodies, he is most beautiful, Shama Sundara. Achinta Guna Swarupam. Achinta means he has no sorrow, whatever it is, full of joy, full of ecstasy, full of bliss. Guna Swarupam. He's got this unlimited divine attributes. That is the meaning of that Shama. So similarly here, this way, this Ayojana, this Gandharva explains like this to mother. So you bless me, and he went. Then why I am telling you all these things? When divinity goes around the world, all people, there are some people whose sins have been lifted, who curses have been lifted. Even in our life also you must have seen so many people. So I mean, so many people. I don't want to give an example. I'll give an example. When you went there, Swami, we went to went to Swami to Whitefield with 4 or 5 cars to bring. Swami asked a particular lady, devotee, how is she? She is not well, Swami. Okay. Okay, we came back to Sundaram, and Swami went around Sundaram, and again went up to his room. He called me. I said that lady that Mahila was not there in the crowd. She did not come, Swami. Why? She's not well, Swami. Oh, let us go. Get ready. Immediately I got scared. What is this? Swami is going to somebody's house. Immediately I telephoned to that lady, her mother, and some sister-in-law was there. Mother-in-law was there. I explained, hey, Swami is coming. Be careful. Come on, get ready. That woman who was lying down, almost unconscious, she got up, dressed up, immediately prepared some snacks, and we went there. So Swami, why did you not come? I said, only like this, like this, like this. Forget about all the medicines. Take away. And he created a silver box. In this full of Swami's Vibhuti is there. This is your medicine. And evening, Abbotsbury, there is a children's program is there. Come on, sit in the children's program. You are almost creating so many dramas for the children. You come and sit there. Okay. She came and sit. What happened to all those things? She felt unconscious because she was losing blood in the body for every 10 days, every 10 days, every 15 days. Period is something wrong with her period, thyroid problem. See, why I am telling you, Swami, his purpose of visiting Sundaram is something different. But he is going to this outflow, which is not at all in the list. But he goes. He has to decide. Similarly, Shama, this is a tree. See, it is Bharadwaja tells go and touch because it is time for you to do it. So this is Bharadwaja. This is Bharadwaja's advantage to Sita, and Sita means Ayonija. I have told you. Now let us come to Bharata. So when Bharata here, he was emotional. He lost his balance of mind. He had no peace of mind, restlessness. How can I should not have come. All sorts of things. He was cursing himself, and whoever curses, he is cursing everybody. So he cursed his mother and all those things. Let us go. So when he is coming with he brought army, people who are followed, horses, elephants, and all his ministers, Vashishta, and 3 ladies. So much of paraphernalia coming there with the convoy, the full convoy. So when they come to Guha he saw, he did not want to tell about where Rama is. He says, you are Bharata, you are the younger brother of Rama. Okay, I am very happy to meet Kausalya, and I got the blessings of Kausalya and Sumitra and also Kaikeyi. What question he asked, this fellow, Guha asked Bharata, Why did you bring army? If you want to take the king, you could bring your mother, priest, your priest Vasishta is there, mantris are your ministers are there. Okay, that's okay. Why did you bring army? He says, a king, when we are welcoming a king, we have to welcome with convoy. No question of welcoming with half a dozen people. That is the reason why I brought this army. Oh, then you were satisfied with the answer. Okay, then I will take you to Bharadwaj ashram. So he arranged so many boats we had to carry, and the horses and elephant have to cross the river, and by walk. All the people are allowed, soldiers, everything was allowed. They went to Bharadwaj ashram. Bharadwaj ashram, they asked the same thing, same question. Why did you bring so much of people? You would have brought alone. That's enough. No, Swami, we wanted to convince Rama that nobody can be happy in Ayodhya without him. See, soldiers are not happy. These people are not happy. So that's why I brought. So already accept the what do you call that, the interest, the love, the regard that he has got for his brother. He said, okay, then you stay for, because night is over. I will tell you, you stay for the night. Tomorrow morning I will tell you where to go, how to go to Chitrakoot. So night, where is the food for the soldiers? See, because Bharadwaja Muni is one of the Manasa Putras. He created food for all the soldiers, food for the ministers, food for the three ladies, food for Vasishta, and food for Bharata and Shatrugna. Bharata and Shatrugna did not accept. We will take water to drink. We don't want to eat till we have the darshan of Rama. Look at his personality. Look at his devotion. His devotion. That's why Swami always says, when you serve people first, then only you take food, he says. So that means we should not bother about yourself. You should bother about others. Others' happiness is most important, for not only for you, but also for God. So the Bharata and Satyagna did not take food. Bharadwaj was very happy. Certainly, Bharata, you are the right person to invite Rama. Because Rama is not an ordinary person. No, I know he is not an ordinary person, he says. Okay, now the entire convoy comes, and about half a mile, he stopped all the convoy. You stay here, don't come. Ask the people not to come. Only ministers, three ladies, Vasishta, Bharata, and Shatrugna. Only these few went. So there, I told you, they went there. He came to you. First of all, you go and touch mother's feet, and he touched his mother's feet. Then afterwards, Rama advises to Bharata. You see, mother, you do not know mother. They love people. They love their children out of their feelings. Man loves his son or whatever it is out by reason. His love may diminish if in case the son makes some mistakes. Whereas a mother, his love is always eternal, full, whether even the son may be a sinner, still she loves her son. Similarly, that kind of quality comes from me. From I mean means of talk about Lord. Lord, I have created the entire creation. Out of the creation, there are bad are there, good is there, villains are there, animals are there, rakshas are there. All are my creation. I love all. I love all. I'm here to serve them also. So there's no question to differentiate between bad and good for creation. So therefore, that is my quality. Similarly, your mother also has got the same quality. See, she loves you with all your sins. Even though you accused her so many times and used all unparliamentary words, she just keeps quiet. Still, she loves you. She loves you, isn't it? Then he argues that maybe, but I cannot accept her. She made fundamental mistakes. He said, "What is the mistake she did? All right, she took her husband for war, and there she also fought when the father was unconscious. Then she won the war, and father, out of love and emotion and out of passion, out of love, he said, ask any boon. She should have asked boon for herself. She asked boon for somebody in mind. That is wrong. That is selfishness. Bharata asks, look at the way in which Bharata asks, argues with Rama about his mother. She should not have. She should ask for more jewel or more explain or more coronation, whatever it is. She asked for herself. But Bharata, Dasharatha only said, ask any boon you want. So that means you want, not for others. That is Dasharatha's question. Bharata argues with Rama. And this lady, she is so selfish. Instead of asking for herself, she asks for somebody else, somebody else, somebody else, which is not correct. Therefore, her question, the Dasharatha's question is wrong, and secondly, the answer by this Kausalya, this Kaikeyi asking for boon is wrong. Therefore, she is wrong. Whoever it is, or wrong is wrong. The mother is maybe a mother, but still she is wrong. So therefore, this is invalid. You should not have come to forest because of that. Because the question itself is invalid. The answer is invalid. So where the question of coming? You should not have come. So please come. This is the argument of Bharata. Then Rama appreciates his argument, but still says, mother is a mother, always. Mother is a mother. Don't unnecessarily questions mother's principle. Your mother, any mother would have done 100 mistakes, but son, because of the 100 mistakes, or even one mistake or two mistakes, whatever the mistake, you should not disown your mother. She might be a loose character woman, still she is your mother. She has done some killing, still she is your mother. You have to respect your mother. It is your duty as a son to do your duty of respecting mothers. You can't replace mother with anybody else. You must know that. You can't replace your mother with anybody, with another lady, another human being. It is impossible because her love is different and your mother's love is different. A mother prepared to sacrifice anything for you. Just imagine when you are a young child, how much of sacrifice he has made for you. Did you forget all those things? How do I remember? He says, you know, but you tell you a mother does it. That's why you have been brought up like this to this extent. Because now you become a man, you look like you're a man because your mother has brought you like this. So with all these things, what sort of gratitude you should show to your mother? Instead of showing gratitude, you are cursing. This is Rama's argument. Therefore, so you please don't curse her. So now, and again, question Rama asked, okay, king ordered you to become a king. The Dasharatha ordered to be a big king. You should have done it. Why did you come? You are disobeying king's order. This is Rama's argument. Then next question comes in. Your mother asked you to be. I mean, your mother asked you to be the king. You refuse your mother's instructions. How can you refuse your mother's instructions? Again, Bharata said, these questions, the Dasharatha, out of passion, no control over his mind, he asked this question. He never expected that she would ask this kind of boon. That too, when Dasharatha was doing last rites of his life, instead of giving him peace, she gave a problem. Now, don't you think she is responsible for the death of Jesus? Then only comes to this. Oh, Dasharatha is no more. Yes. The Vashishta says yes. See, Bharata and Lakshmana did obsequies, rituals for them. Now you are responsible. We both are here. Rama and Lakshmana, you both are there. You also do the rituals so that Dasharatha's life will be peaceful. Dasharatha's soul will be happy. So Rama and Lakshmana did all those things. So then what to do? Then what did you do afterwards? He said. Then Vashishta advised Bharata, don't give a feast. On the 11th day, you give only to the people who are in need food, and tell them the result of your serving needy should go to your father's soul. So similarly here, Rama and Lakshmana, they are in forest. Where to serve? They have only animals, deer, rabbit, peacock, something like that. They started serving these animals. Rama and Lakshmana and Sita, they started serving these animals. So with the idea, let Dasharatha's soul be peaceful, soul be peaceful. See what is that we learned so many things from Ramayana. Forget about the story part of it. The way in which Rama argues Dasharatha argues. Dasharatha did not live with that. And he says, finally he says, Rama, if in case you are not coming to Ayodhya with all my request, with all so much of people are there for you, and you want to go against the people's wish. No, I'm not going against the people's wish. I have to follow king's command, isn't it? Yeah, king did not talk to you. It's only my Kaike, other lady said, king did not tell you that you should go to the forest. King did not say. See, argument between Bharata and Bharata is a Saturn. Saturn means Pushyami Nakshatra. Pushyami owned by Saturn. Whereas Rama, Pushpanusu, fourth pada. That is Guru Nakshatra. So wisdom. Rama talks about wisdom. This man talks about firmness. See, the way in which argue between Rama and Bharata, you should learn from this. See, father, he did not say that you should go to the forest, I should become the king. No. Only another lady. Who has she? Dumisha, she has got the power of attorney to say like that on behalf of the king. So why did he say no? We cannot agree. It is invalid. This is Bharata's argument. Look at the way. Then he says, no. But Rama says she asked these questions to in the she asked me to go to a forest in the presence of Dasharatha. Dasharatha kept quiet. King kept quiet. King did not say no. So that means king has accepted. This is Rama's argument. Bharata argument. King was dumbfounded. Dumbfounded. He had no mouth. He has no mouth. Dumbfounded means he cannot open his mouth. He was taken aback. So that does not mean that king has agreed. You should have waited. Let king come to normal senses. Then let him talk about it. Argument goes. Then finally he says that he could not convince. He could not convince convince Rama. That Bharata, Rama, if in case you are not coming to Ayodhya, I am going to stay with you forever. It's up to you, you decide now. You imagine Rama is in pendament now. He is a fundamental mistake. Now what to do? And Baba, I got an important problem. See, Bharata and Shatrugna also are there. So we both will stay here. Forget about the mothers. The mothers also might stay. Everybody will stay here. We don't go. You can't ask me to go out. No, we all stay in forest. So look at the Bharata's argument. That is Saturn. But Pushami Nakshatra, Saturn, people always argue like this for their own purpose. But here he is asking for a good sake. Then Dasharatha has to yield. Then only he says, you ask something else other than myself coming. He says, other than myself coming. Then the question comes in, what to do? He says, no, I wanted you to come. At that time, Vasishtha interferes. See, you both of you had a lot of arguments. You are correct in your own way. Rama is correct in his own way. But Rama is elder to you. That you must know. Whatever the arguments between your father and mother of Bharata and Dasharatha, Rama is your elder brother. So you please listen to him. You can't say no to him. Forget about why he has come to the forest, who came to the forest, all those. It's not none of your business. You came here to invite Rama. You invite Rama. That's all. Ask Rama to come. And you say, the mother Kaikeyi asked him to come, or Dasara asked him to come. You say, I don't know anything. You do not know anything. You are not there at that time. You are in Kaikeyi, you Kaika, Kashmir. So you say like this, I do not know anything, Bhagavan, please come. That's all. Otherwise, we stay here. Now, Rama got into problem. If he does not go, they stay here. Then what happened to Ayodhya? Who is going to rule? All the 4 sons are here, 3 mothers are here, Vasishtha is here, priests are there, Mantri is there. What happened? And all the soldiers are army is starting, is about 1 hour, or is about half a mile ago. Army is there, people are there. Who's going to stay in Ayodhya? Then Rama has to sacrifice. All right, I will do one thing. I have to keep up my word of whatever Kaikeyi said. My mother, see, father and mother both are equal to me. Your mother says something, father says something, both are equal. Even if father did not say, but mother said it, Kaikeyi mother said it, so I have to follow. But since you are also adamant in saying that I should come. So best thing is I will give you my padukas. You take it. That I'm representing there with you. Is it okay? Then Vashishta agrees. Hey, you take Padakas. His lotus feet was the lotus feet are kept in the Padakas. Then he says, keep the Padakas. Rama kept his 2 feet on the two lotus feet, feet on that. See, now my feet is there. My imprint is there. You please take that, he says. With that imprint, with the wooden slippers, wooden sandals, he takes it to Bharata. He takes it to Ayodhya. He is satisfied that at least there. But one condition, Rama, he says, whatever you lived, whatever agreement, whatever the luxury or whatever the way in which you lived, I'm also going to live in the same way. Because when you are hungry, I'm also hungry. When you are eating, I'm also eating. That's all. I never take anything without your knowledge, he says. So Rama, all this, forget about it. You are a king, be a king. Yes, I'm a king, but I'm brother of Rama. That must I cannot forget. I may be king, but I'm only a younger brother of Rama. The argument, the argument between both the two goes too much. That is, argument is certainly in Ramayana gives it a lot of importance. How people argue for their sake, but at the same time, here he is asking for the sake of the king, for the sake of God. But God says, no, I have to follow whatever rule is I accept. Swami also does the same thing, same thing. So therefore, but Swami also, I can give a lot of examples on this issue. Now what happened? So Bharata goes back with all these things. Then before that, when he saw army, this Lakshmana was a little afraid. He saw my lord, Rama, army is coming. Then he got up and there's a Sala tree. Sala means that on the tree climbed. He saw Bharata on convoy, the army, everything. Why army? Why he is coming? So he wanted to declare war against you, Rama. So let us all fight. I'll fight. I'll fight for you. Rama smiles at him. Bharata will never do such things. He prepared to die for my sake. He is coming for something else. Don't get upset. Be calm. Be calm. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. See how Rama pacifies everybody. See, Lakshmana became emotional. That emotional is the quality of a human being. So what we should learn from Ramayana is just follow what Swami says. Don't be emotional. Don't take your own decisions. Your decision may be right, may be wrong, but still consult him. Consult him. Consult your conscience. Consult your conscience. Mind gives you so many things. So mind only said, "Oh, Bharata is coming, so I want to fight. You want to fight against you." That is mind. Conscience says no. Conscience is always peaceful. Rama consciously says, no, it's not correct. They say. So therefore, do not follow the mind. In Ramayana, what we learn from it, we should not follow mind. We should follow our conscience. The conscience is there. That conscience means another English word called conscious, or you can use the word spirit, you can use the word soul, you can use the word Atma, whatever but you that Atma is so many attributes he has got. One of the attributes for Atma is intellect. Intellect is always there, though. Body, senses, mind. Mind gives thoughts, emanation of thoughts, goes to senses, sense goes to the mind, then there's action. This is what we do. This is called duratma. That is not a good action. It's a bad act. Bad act. So whenever thought comes to you from your mind, it keeps on coming. Mind is duty is it creates thousands of thoughts. Just ignore, ignore, ignore. And if at all you think one thing is a good thought, send it to the intellect. Wait for some time. Then the thought goes to intellect. Intellect will say yes or no. It has got power of discrimination. It has got power of detachment. Power of detachment means the thought may erase itself. Power of discrimination means the thought comes to you, then the thought use that. That is known as satkarma. Okay, every thought that we do, what we learn from Ramayana is every thought that you should do it with consultations of your spirit, not with consultation of your mind. Mind so many says so many things. Mind will say you get $1 million by doing this, by doing that, but we don't know what is the repercussions later on. You must consult your conscience. Always conscious. Without Conscious will give the correct answer. So, for example, in Puttaparthi, must have seen canteen. So, canteen in those days, I talk about 30 years ago, the food was about 5 rupees, 5 rupees of food. First, it started with 2 rupees, then became 5 rupees. So, the canteen people, they have organized, there is a expenses, it comes to 7 rupees per food, per plate. So, that means we are losing 2 rupees per person, so many thousands. So per day, into month, 30 days, into 365 days, so many lakhs and lakhs. So let us increase to 7. Let us get Swami's permission. I'm glad they did not increase. They came to Swami. Swami showed, here is it, here is this 7 rupees. And Swami kept quiet, did not answer. These people thought, by silent means maunam, sammati lakshanam. Probably he is agreeing to it. Swami, shall we proceed? No, I didn't tell you to proceed or not to proceed. I didn't tell you. I said, the name Chapale, I did not tell you anything. Okay, so what do you want? What do you want? No, you want my order? I don't order. I don't order. Mine is only love. Order comes out of anger. No, I'm not order. I'm only love. All right, Swami, tell me what is love. Love means serve all, love all. Yes, Swami. You want my opinion? Please give me your opinion, Swami. Okay. In my opinion, I feel we should give free food to all. That's all. These people closed their file 7 rupees, came back and stuck with 5 rupees. So why I'm telling you, without consulting your conscience, if you do anything, it will have its own repercussions tomorrow. So therefore, in Ramayana, what is that we learn is always consult your conscience. Rama is there. Atma Rama is there. You call it Atma Rama, Atma Krishna, Atma Sai, whatever it is, he is there. Give one form, one name keep them in your heart. Wherever you go, consult them. Can you do this? Can you not do it? See, Bharata argued. Bharata is correct in one way. At the same time, he did not. You should not argue with God. You cannot win you cannot win over God's argument. God has argument. Mother is the mother. Again, this what we in Aranyakanda see some more balance is there. Balance I'll tell you. Then after this, Bharata, then the sages, all the sages who are going Chitrakuta, they come, Swami, but here it is not it's not a safe place for you to stay here because there's one Ravana's brother is called Khara. He is there. He is disturbing all of us. Better to go to some other place from here. So let us travel to some other place. We will take you to other place. Then they took them to ashram called Atri Mahamuni ashram. So we'll stop with that. Then we'll tell you what happened in Atri Mahamuni. Then goes to the Aranyakanda. It is only the Atri, where all the Jiva, who is this Atri Mahamuni? He is one of the Manasa Putras. One of the 7 Manasa Putras are there. You must have known 7 Manasa Putras. That is Atri, Bhrigu Maharshi, Vashishta, then Pulaha, Kratu, Pulasya, then Marichi. These are the 7 people. Out of this, the Manasa Putras. They are no parents. They are created by Lord. His wife is Anusuya. Asuya means jealousy. Anusuya means woman has no jealousy. Generally, by nature, woman has got some jealousy because of their selfishness, because of their weak mind. But here, this lady, Anusuya. And when Rama and Lakshmana Sita came there, and Bharadwaja, Atri, just imagine here, Atri Mahamuni introduces his wife to Rama and to Lakshmana, to Sita. Sita, she is like your mother. You stay here. And she is not an ordinary woman. During about a couple of years ago, there were 10 years, there was no no rain, famine, no food. For all the rishis, the animals who are nearby here, with the yogic power, she created vegetables and fruits and roots, 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 and gave them food. And she brought Ganges itself here for the sake of drinking. That is the power of this Anasuya. So please take her blessings. This is Atri Mahamuni. Generally here, we do not accept our wives, whatever great you might be. We do not accept, what is there? Nothing, she is nothing. We always know how to criticize a woman. But here, Atri Mahamani shows the real qualities of Anasuya. That she is the one who gives what is this, Sita? You have no jewels at all. Take my jewels. This Atri Mahamani, Anasuya, they got three sons. One is Durvasa, other is Soma, Moon, other is Dattatreya. Dattatreya, I think we already discussed about. So they are the mother, Anasuya and all those. They got lot of these. It's only Anusuya, her woman of chastity, Pativratam, she's always excels in number one. She is so everybody, so much are adoring her, and always Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara talk about her in with their wives, with their consorts. So they are feeling jealous. They are feeling jealous. Then they said they told their husbands, you go and ask one question. If you think he is such a Pativrata, and ask her to feed you with her breast milk. He says, okay. They listened to their wives. All the three came and stood and asked for Arasuya and say, we want milk. I want milk from your body. What does it mean? They are elders. Then she has to give her breast milk. How can you give? She says, okay. Atri Mahamani, she prayed for Atri Mahamani, made these three as children, bought the cradle, put all the three in the cradle. She started feeding breast milk. Atri Mahamani comes, asks, what is this? This is what happened, this is what happened. He laughed. Let it go. Let it be there. Let us stay with them for 3 days, for a couple of days. Then these ladies come out. Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Parvati, they came and touched the feet of this Anasuya, and again they brought back. Why I'm telling you, the woman of chastity has got so much of power in our body. Only for the lady, only God has given Pativrata Shakti. What is the Pativrata Shakti? You people do not know. Pativrata Shakti, people should not know. In our body, there is a energy comes out of this body about half an inch to 1 inch. That's why when you are in coma, your body is not decomposed. Your heart is not functioning, machine is functioning, you are not decomposed. The moment the life goes out, the body decomposes within 24 hours. The aura goes to zero. Then it jewels. Then all the infectious disease will get into the body decomposes. So this aura for women, for Pativrata woman, that is one who did not think about any other man other than her husband. She did not talk to any other man other than her husband. She did not serve any other man other than her husband. Everything her husband. This aura goes up, goes to 1 foot, 2 feet, like that. That is called Pativrata Bhakti. That is the reason why when Sita was in the forest, but this Ravana molested so many girls, so many women. He molested by force. So he came near to the Sita, but that 2 to 3 feet away from Pativrata Shakti is there, aura is there. He could not proceed further. He stopped. He did not know what to do. Then he asked his wife Mandodari, see, I went to so many women, but this woman I could not go. He says, Pativrata Shakti, you do not. She explains him what is Mandodari explains about Pativrata Shakti. Unless she agrees, you cannot touch. See, this is Pativrata Shakti. This Pativrata Shakti, Anusuya has it, and he explains to Sita. Sita could not have it because she made a mistake. That we'll talk about it later in the forest Aranyakanda. What is the mistake she made? She made a mistake. She committed a mistake for which she has to be punished by Rama. That we'll talk about later. So with this now, where is Swarup? Swarup, my dear boy, Swarup, gone.
No. Yeah, yes.
Okay. I thought you were sleeping. Probably I was not at all good in talking. So my talk did not attract you. Okay.
No, not like that. Actually,
Okay. Now so we'll talk with this. Now we'll talk about this Ayodhya Kanda is over. We'll go to the Aranya Kanda next
sure.
time.
Yes.
What happened in the Aranya Kanda? Atri Mahamani, Atri Mahamani. These things we'll talk about it later. I will find out if at all there is anything that I missed. Then I will come to you. I'll repeat again. If in case I missed you in this particular Ayodhya Kanda, I don't think I missed. But then I'll go through and we'll talk about Aranya Kanda in the next Saturday. Okay?
Sure, sure.
Sairam to you. Sairam. Gunashekaran. Here is Gunashekaran.
Sairam, sir.
Sairam, sir. Sairam. Oh, Sairam Mardhan. Sairam Mardhan. Sairam Mardhan. So, okay. Anything else? Saru, any questions? No questions. Last time you asked some question.
Yes, I'll revise for 1 week and I'll ask you next week.
Okay, we can ask you questions also. Next week also you can ask questions. No problem. So I'll stop with this, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sairam to you. Sairam to you.
Sairam, Sairam.
Om
Sairam.
Shanti. Who is it? Shanti. Shanti. Sairam to you. So shall I disconnect, Swarup?
Yes, Uncle Sairam.
I'll disconnect. Good. Okay, right. I'll disconnect.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Sairam, Sairam.
Sairam Gunashekaran. Sairam.
Sairam, everyone.
Sairam.
Sairam, everyone.
Sairam.